Welcome to the Bringing Intimacy Back show, where intimacy is real. If you desire to intimately connect with yourself, your significant other, children, family, friends, community, and higher power, this show is for you. We explore intimate topics, inspiring life stories, spirituality, and insightful tips on strengthening relationships. The show is hosted by Dr. April and her co-host, Coach K. Let's get this episode of the Bringing Intimacy Back show started. We share with you today the secret power to intimacy to create a life you love or love the life you create. Now, here's your host, Dr. April, and co-host, Coach K.
Where intimacy is real. Welcome, Coach K. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Good. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to all of the audience out there. Yes, it's so refreshing when we start a new year. It's like a new beginning, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, and a Happy New Year to you as well.
Yes. I know some people say, well, what does it make a difference between 1 year versus the next year? But I think with every new beginning, it's refreshing. You can add something different.
It gives you just the shift and reset of the mind.
Yes, definitely. And it allows you to have what I call hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for a lot of us, 2022 was a great year for some, maybe not so great for others. Had a lot of variety of stuff in 2022. And so as we start a new year, we have hope of things changing, the things that we want to change.
Yeah.
Things we want to improve.
Absolutely. It really does. It is, like you said, it is great for some, just being able to leave some things kind of in the past. Depending on the mind of the person, it could be just even if it's just in thought, just the change in numbers may make you feel different.
Right. I also can even look at it as, because as you were talking, I was just thinking about how in last year, even just looking at a plant, how, we, at the end of last year, we celebrate everything. And it's like, okay, that was a big bang. That's done. And now we're like planting a seed for it to grow into a new plant of 2023.
Yeah. So it might be a little pressurous even.
Yes, definitely. So before we get into the main topic, we do, like always, highlight a charity of the month. Because in Bringing Intimacy Back, we like to highlight other organizations that are helping people have new beginnings or are working with people and stuff. And so our charity of the month, Coach K, I'm going to let you announce it.
Our charity of the month is La Casa de las Madres.
Yes. Which sounds like a mouthful, but what it really does, it's a response for calls to help people with domestic violence of all ages. They have a website of www.lacasa.org. They're open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, which is a great thing because many times when we're struggling in relationship, and if there's any type of violence or abuse, we do need help.
This is a great time to bring this particular type of charity to the forefront because this is, like you said, even though it's a new beginning, this is still a part of a group of time where I like to say from October to about February is some of the hardest times, not just because of holidays, but the ending and the beginning of years, the thought of, did I accomplish what I wanted to, or did I fail? So people get stressed out, and the way that some people may show their stress could come out as domestic violence. So especially a place for all ages. That's great. And hey, QB Kennel's here on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes. He said you did a very good job in your Spanish. Yes, and you want to say it again to impress us all.
So that charity of the month is La Casa de las Madres.
Oh, wonderful. Good. Yes, it's a great organization. So our topic today is new beginnings, which is wonderful for us to talk about that today. And so as I look at new beginnings, I look at all aspects of life. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Actually, I don't. I just did a I talked about it on Tuesday. I don't do any resolutions ever. I just never fell into that tradition.
Okay. Okay. I do also, I don't really, I do like a vision board, but I also do like a word of the year
Mm.
that's helped me just move past things. And so my word, actually I have two words this year, is love and trust. Those are my two words. Yes.
Those
And
are
so
powerful words.
powerful words, yes. And even in the sense of love, in the sense of new beginnings, it's love of self, it's love of higher power, and love of others. Yes, which is important in all aspects.
It really is. And love and trust pretty much go hand in hand. Although sometimes you can kind of give your love away to people you don't trust, but to find that genuine bout of love comes with a significant amount of trust.
Right. And the reason why I broke it up into the three is because I want to make sure, because sometimes I use my word of the year as a process to make decisions. And I want to make sure that it incorporates at least two of the three, which is very, so it's very important because you could really, sometimes there are people out there who just love themselves and that's all they focus on. So, yeah, and it's the love of others. And this is very, I don't know, timing in the sense of new beginnings because so many people did not make it to 2023.
Yeah, you're right. I've talked to a couple of people. The young lady I was telling you who just had her birthday party here, a couple who I just met today, just these two totally different people within the past 3 months. They've lost a husband and a father. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think with love, it also helps you to remember to stay present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because with new beginnings and with people out there, I think so many times we so much focus on the past that we don't really focus on the present moment. It's either the past or the future.
But it's hard to, and I think that is one of the biggest reasons why I don't really go into the resolution piece. Okay. Because I have goals throughout. Kind of like you say, you have your vision board, which is a continual thing.
Right.
But I'm usually resolving for the day, the moment. How am I going to get through right now? How am I going to see what's happening right now? And so I think that's why I shied away from the resolution thing. And it's just my brain. But I think, having that resolution, I encourage it for people if they do it with a purpose and intention and not just do it because of tradition.
Right. And I think sometimes resolutions, as we have great ones, and I know QB Kennels has some great resolutions of working out and I think maybe eating good or making more money, but also, yes. So as you have those resolutions, it's also, as you said, it's the intention, what's the purpose of it? Having an action plan.
Yes.
And I'm a believer, which is why I mentioned vision boards, is always seeing your goals. Because if you see it every day, there's more of a chance that you would accomplish it.
That is 1,000% true, especially with me, because I'm truly Out of sight, out of mind. I will forget something until it creeps up on me. So having a purpose behind, having that vision board, and then having it where you're going to see it on a regular basis to get to those goals and achieving it. It's almost like, just like you have smart goals, having smart intentions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I know many people do have that goal of, and I struggle with it sometimes myself, of working out.
Ooh, yes.
Yes,
The gym.
yes, yes. And I know, Coach K, you did a fabulous job. I don't know if that was in your vision of last year of losing weight or whatever you did to accomplish.
That has been a part of my everyday. Of course, the last 2 weeks of the year, I threw it out the window because I was like, all right. But I'm getting back into that cycle of everything shuts down for me at 3 p.m. And from 3 p.m. at minimum 30 minutes, some type of cardio. That's I have to do that for my health, my mental health, my physical health, and it's just necessary anyway.
Right, right, right. And can you, I know people always think about, they just look at the number of pounds, like I want to get down to 125, 115, you know. But exercising, it's not only just good for the pounds, but it is good for the mental aspect.
Yes.
You mentioned. Yes.
It feels good to move. And sometimes you just don't want to do it. But the moment I turn my music on, because I turn that on before I even start working out, I turn my music on, the best playlist to start lightening my mood. Then I put on my gym clothes. And as I start to move, and because I'm not scientific, and you probably be able to, talk about it more, but it starts to release what I call the happy hormones.
Yeah, the endorphins.
Huh?
The endorphins, yes.
Yes. And it's almost like a cycle. If you force yourself to start to move, the hormones are released, which then fuels you to continue to go. But that music piece of it touches the brain, which fuels the body.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it also, I think with music, many times it allows you to move at that rhythm, that cadence. Yes. So it does pump you up.
It does.
Yes, yes, yeah. And I'm just thinking for those couples or people out there listening, and maybe even you, if you have communication issues and you get mad very quickly, or when you get upset, you like move things around. Exercising is such a great way to release all that pent up frustration, anxiety. Yes.
And so I was telling my husband, which we'll have in 2023. I don't know exactly when, but sexercise is something that we want to.
Oh, awesome.
We want to just do quick videos, fully clothed, of course. But it's me and, couples exercising together and, just sensually and sexily together, because that also creates a closeness and a bond. Because if you think about it, working out alone makes you feel amazing. So if I'm working out and I'm able to every once in a while touch my husband, oh my gosh, yeah, that's just fun.
Good. Yes, definitely. So working out is important. What are some other New Year's resolutions that I think people, one that you just did, the water drinking.
Yeah. Taking in more water.
Yes. Yes, that's I personally need to also improve on, is drinking more liquids, fluids, water.
I've put a filter, because I have bottled water for clients, but I put a little filtered little doohickey in here, and I keep the same water bottle, and I just try my best to refill it at minimum 3 times per day. And that way I can at least during the week get my water intake in. Now the weekends.
Yes. Yeah, water is one of those natural things that come from the earth.
Yes, it is. And I drank from the tap. I
Oh,
am
you do actually drink for the tap. Okay.
I do. I like to brag about Richmond City water because Richmond City has the cleanest water around. I ain't drinking everybody's water now.
Yes, yes. And water, it's just so refreshing and it helps in that new beginning.
It
Yes.
does.
Mm-hmm.
It flushes your system. It makes you feel good. Your skin looks great. You
Yes.
can tell when you start to drink and hydrate yourself more versus not. And for anyone who does not know, you actually need to pay more attention to your water intake in the winter time than in the summertime.
So explain that more since I'm not familiar with winter here in Florida, but yeah. Yes.
If you think about it, in the summertime, you're hot, so you're thirsty quite
Right,
often. You're
right,
sweating, and so naturally you drink.
right.
But in the wintertime, it's cold. You're more bundled up. You don't drink nearly as much, so you become dehydrated more. Your skin is super dry. When you can't figure out why your skin is super dry in the wintertime, most people say, "Oh, it's because it's cold outside." Yes, that's a part of it. But I guarantee if you pay attention, you're not taking in nearly as many fluids during the wintertime as you do in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. And I would also say, even from an intimacy level, taking in more water does help with lubrication.
Oh, yeah. It absolutely does.
Yes, yes, yeah. So it's a great thing to add in as a possible resolution. Some other things I know we've talked about exercising, we've talked about water, and I'm just going up in my mind now. And I'm thinking many times people have so much negativity.
Yeah. Negativity is easy nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. It's whether you're comparing yourself to things on Instagram or whether someone in your past or a relative told you some negative stuff or a partner. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely so it's easy to catch the negative bug because it's you, yes, we're out of the major point of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the true backlash of it is happening and probably will be happening for the next couple of years.
Right.
So while it was kind of gloomy in the 2021 and 22, we were kind of going up. The aftermath is where we're sitting right now. And so with the advancement of technology, social media, now the news is even to me into the social media trends. They're reporting on obsolete things that we never saw on the news.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's being fed to you through TV, it's being fed to you through radio, it's being fed to you through ads, the people that you see, and add that to what you may already have going on yourself. And like you said, someone else coming and just dumping their pile of mess
Right.
onto you.
Mm-hmm. And I know QB Kino said that negativity is easy nowadays. It's very easy. And besides those things that you mentioned, what I would also say, it even sometimes, well, not sometimes, it comes on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
These feeds. Yeah. Which you have to sometimes be careful. I mean, I just stopped getting all these feeds because I would just be like, oh my gosh, that's what happened in the local news. Oh my gosh, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. Yeah.
Even when you don't ask for it, there's something on my phone that now, as soon as it opens up, there's the latest news. And that's how I found out somebody, I forgot who passed away. I think Bob Marley's grandson had passed away. But
Right.
because I just opened my phone and that was this news feed thing. And I was like, I didn't even ask for this news feed. So yeah, it's being thrown right in your face. Like, I want to make sure that I have a control over your mindset.
Right.
But it doesn't work for me because I'm like, no, we're going to keep it up.
Exactly. Which, and you're saying of keeping it up, I think one of the great things also is making sure you have a boundary, around yourself. to
Yeah.
stop all the negativity. Whether this means, as we are just talking about the phone, setting up phones where it doesn't just get all these feeds, whether it means not hanging around certain negative people, whether we, yeah.
And if you have the strength, call them out. If you're not able to avoid or you feel kind of awkward, work up to that point of calling people out. You just shared that negativity with me. Are you going to do anything about it? Why are you sharing this with me? Is this going to benefit my life? Or even you sit and think, is this benefiting my life in any way? Is this paying a bill for me? Is this advancing my career in any way? If so, I don't need it.
Right. Do you think when you call it out that people stop?
Eventually, the people that are doing it with ill intention, they will avoid you because you are calling them out on their foolery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. And one of the things that you shouldn't do is take what they say and spill it in your head and put yourself down. Because I think that is even the worst. When you become a judgmental critic to yourself and say negative to yourself. Yeah. So one way to help build up a wall of positivity or frame of positivity is to maybe think about doing affirmations of I am. Starting every day with I am, or gratitude, I'm thankful for. Starting your day off positively.
That is a good way. I usually do that talk in the shower in the morning. I'm huge on showering in the morning. You wash away the day, the night. You wake yourself up and you talk to yourself. You pump yourself up, fill yourself with enough positivity for the negativity that you may meet for the day.
Yeah, one of the things that I do, which is kind of a transition from the mental into spiritual, I have set aside a time where I spend time talking to my higher power. Eating breakfast, looking at the outside of some birds that I can watch in the lake and stuff, and just really centering myself and being thankful for everything that I have.
I like that you say you center yourself. Being centered as you open your door to go out into the world is important for something that may try to off balance you.
Right. And that gives me a foundation. And what is really important today? And really the only thing, I say this sometimes to people, and they laugh at me, but the only thing we really have to do is what I grew up as, and it's because I'm Black, so I'm going to say it this way, but stay Black and die.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So doing all this, feeling all this pressure, I have to do this, I have to do that, that is not how life's supposed to be.
It's not. It's really not. And one of the reasons why I created it's a social club for just women. I created that because, one of the questions that I asked during the application process is, do you converse with other women? And if not, why? Because I found that, and that's no knock on men, of course, but as a woman, it's difficult for us to reach out and lean on or even support another woman based on what we've heard, seen, or grew up in a traditional whatever realm that, and most of the answers are, women are catty. So I wanted to create a positive group where we do positive things together, because if someone's in that club, when they go back to their village, wherever it is, to their village of people, they're going to spread that positivity. Because just like negativity is easily spread, if I can create an environment where one person is touched with positivity and they take that back, that's what I want to do.
Wow, I love that. I've been blessed that I joined a sorority years ago, and I have a group of Lion Sisters, DCR, and there are 14 of us. And we communicate, they communicate every day. Some will put up something positive. Today's was Matthew's 6 verses 3-4, about telling us not to worry. But that started my day off. And we share stories. We share when we're hurt when we do this. And I've met younger ladies who didn't have any female friends. They like, I don't trust other women, yada, yada. But that is so important because in everything we do, we're not alone.
Right.
There's situations that other women may have gone through the same thing, but we're not alone.
Yeah. Unless we definitely should not be. We're not meant to be. If we learn to go back to our roots, which is nature, then we will understand. And I call it the lioness den. Right. Because I literally think of the lionesses and how they band together. The one of the animals that can go after a lion and no other lions will attack it with that lion is a lioness.
I did not know that. Okay.
Because because they know the power and beauty of the lioness.
Right.
They know that she's a hunter, but she's also a protector.
Right.
But her lionesses, she'll go after him with her. So being able to understand your own power, and I say that to say that, being able to understand your power, your beauty, having the strength of other women to support you. And that's not, not to attack, but to face different things just in life. Many women, they had a mother, but they didn't have a mother.
Right.
And so growing up, I met a 40 plus year old, almost 50-year-old woman who, if you asked her relevance or her importance or if she even loved herself or who she was, she would not be able to tell you. And so to be around other women that can support her and to remind her just what the essence of a woman is, of her value, that all matters with filling her with positivity so that as she's faced with her normal negativities in the world, she's more centered, like you said, more centered and balanced for that.
Wow, that is powerful. I know we went from that higher power to what we're also talking about now is that social part. Yeah. And many people in the last few years work from home, do everything from home, I'm in so many couples counseling sessions where it's only been their partner and them, or their partner and their kids, and that's it. They don't have any friends whatsoever. Yeah, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck, and your relationship isn't working, think about it. We're just talking about getting some girlfriends, people you can trust.
Yes.
Yes. And it can start with going to the gym, meeting people, saying hello there, going to church, or even putting yourself out there and trying a new activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see what friends you develop from there. Yeah.
A great place that I found that, and a lot of people may know about it, great place to find free outings in your area is eventbrite.com.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Cost you nothing to go and search it, put in your area, and you can find tons of free and really, really low cost activities. Like you said, something new. If you've never been ice skating before, go to the ice skating ring. You may find a whole group of ladies that's just going just because.
Right. And I know with some audience members out there thinking, well, I've never been and I don't know anyone. Why should I go to something where I don't know anyone? But I would challenge you. You go, and if you decide this is not for you, you don't go again.
Right.
You find something else. But you go, you challenge yourself. Go. You like it, you meet great people, fine. If you don't like it, you don't have to see those people again. You go to something else. The point is to move.
That's right. That's right. Taking that first step. It's 2023. We're 5 days in. Just get up. Just move. Just do it.
Right.
I love what you said. If you don't like it, guess what? You don't have to go back. And because you don't know anybody, if you left, it's not as awkward.
Exactly. I one time went, and I love kayaking in some aspect, and I'm new at it, but I went to one of those event bikes for kayaking, and I'm new at it. I guess they were all experts, but I couldn't get the whole thing working. The whole class had to follow me because I kept getting my kayak stuck. So embarrassing. And I said, I'm not going there again. But I challenge myself. And I do that. You know what I'm saying? I find something else I can go to. Yes. But the point is, and I think in all these things that we've talked about, it is to move.
Yes. As the years move forward, so should you.
Right. Spring forward, move forward. Yes. A new year, a new beginning. We need things to move. Yes. So, Coach K, one of the things that I could hear that you are moving and shaking some things around in 2023. What new changes do you have in your business or new things that you would like to share?
And thank you for asking. The biggest change or new thing that I have in the business this year is more gatherings, more events for women and couples, less of the one-on-one. One-on-ones will always be available, but just that camaraderie, the community, getting people moving, putting people together. That's the biggest change in the business for this year, and doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it comes easy to me. The business comes easy. You know, if you're in something like this and you know that it must come naturally, but doing it on purpose, it's natural and it's purposeful. And so you touch people differently.
Awesome. Wonderful. Yes.
What new things do you have coming up?
Yes. So with the good practice of Cape Coral Therapists, we have a new location in Sarasota, Florida.
Nice.
Which I'm so excited about. So we'll have one in Cape Coral, but also here in Sarasota, which is where I've been residing, which is wonderful. The number two thing with my own practice, I know everybody says that I'm always online. As couples, they want to see me more in person. And so besides our retreats that I do, I am going to start doing intensives, which is one Saturday. I'll focus with one couple all day long. And you're like, all day long? Wow, that's a lot of sessions. It is. But in the middle of this, we are going to go to Shelby Park, which is a beautiful garden that I'll take the couples through. We eat there and we, have some fun. And then we, in the day, and then we're at the beach. So I'm going to try to do that, which I think is just really, really exciting. And then for bringing intimacy back, starting in, I believe it's March, when it's Women's Month, we have a new platform that we're going to be changing things around a little. So stay tuned. That we're so excited about. So yeah, these are all great things that we're doing.
That's exciting. I love it. And, they kind of say that, how does it? April is truly the new year because it's when spring happens. I don't want to start any rumors. So I can't wait to see all this new stuff unfold.
And I love April. It's besides it's my name. I just see it also as a spring forward. So yes, yeah, definitely. Yes. So this has been a great topic of new beginnings. And if you're stuck and you feel like I don't know what to do, one of my main suggestions is to move.
Yes. I concur.
Yes. Yes, because if you do the same thing over and over again and you expect change, that's a little bit of what we call insanity. So, to do things different out there for a new beginning, we're suggesting you to move.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's body, mind, spirit, and soul. So, yes, yes. Well, this has been a great show. What are the upcoming shows coming up?
All right, so we have some amazing guests that are coming up. So on next week, January the 12th, we have When Intimacy Goes Wrong with Susie Hayes. On the 19th, we have Mystical Secrets of Intimacy with David Green. On January 26th, we have Monogamish or Monogamous. I love that, with Brianna Carey. And then on February the 2nd, we have Nurturing Your Relationship and Yourself with Rachel Alls.
Wonderful. Well, this has been the Bringing Intimacy Back show, where intimacy is real. We will see you next week when we are going over, I guess, like you said, when intimacy goes wrong. In the meantime, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Take care, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Bringing Intimacy Back, where intimacy is real. You can also find us at bringingintimacyback.com, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Dr. April Brown's 7-book series, Improving Intimacy, is now on Amazon. We'll see you next Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe.